Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alley, Gadsden, Alabama here, where we are set to have the Alabama High School Association Bowling Championships for the boys in Class 1A through 5A and Class 6A and 7A. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jason Bozeman. So excited to be bringing you this contest today. The final four teams in boys bowling here in the state of Alabama. And we're going to be bringing you the action here today on WOTM and for the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Man to my right, someone I know pretty well, known my whole life. That's my father, Jimmy Bozeman. And we're excited that we're here today bringing you this bowling action. And today, really when you look at the teams that are playing and how they got to this point, you start over in 6A, 7A, two perennial bowling powers in Spain Park High School and Sparkman High School, representing the North and the South. But over in the 1A and the 5A area, what you have are two teams coming from both from the North region, but West Point, 8th seed after last night's seeding tournament. Etowah, the 3rd seed. So Etowah and West Point will be fighting it out for the 1 through 5A bowling championship. And they're doing it in a format, the Baker format, which really every ball counts, right?
Right.
So it sort of sets it up where each bowler has their own spot. And you play the best out of 7, the first team to win 4 games. That sort of sets it up, right?
Right. Yeah, first team to reach 4 wins.
So
they're the champs.
So each one you have, a bowler will bowl each frame, and some of them will get 2 frames. All of them will get 2 shots in one game, right?
Right. There's 5 team members.
Right.
And 10 frames, so each one will bowl 2 frames.
And so we're going to get to see the best of the best here. 6A to 7A, 1A to 5A. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Bowling Championships on WOTM for the High School Athletic Association.
I need the king, boys.
Don't call 2 clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them king boys.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with mini dental implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
Silicaga's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint, and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Silicaga.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Welcome back to the Alley in Gadsden, Alabama for the 1 through 5A and 6 and 7A Boys State Bowling Championships. So glad you decided to join us today. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Big Time Fun in Oxford. I'm going to tell you that you want to have big time fun more than just bowling at Big Time Fun in Oxford. But today we are at the Alley in Gadsden, and there you see the Sparkman Senators and the Spain Park Jaguars. They are the 6 and 7A finalists, and they went through ourselves, especially Sparkman, who went to a Game 7 matchup with Vestavia Hills. And there you see the Etowah Blue Devils and the West Point Warriors. They're going to be battling for the 1 through 5A. West Point, an interesting story, seeded 8th after last night's seeding. They knocked off the number 1 seed Alberta in 4 games, just swept them right out.
Right, and then they came back today and defeated Southside, the number 4 seed, in it was 4-2.
Yeah, so they could come in today. If they could knock off Etowah, who came in at the number 3 seed, they would have a huge fun trip to Gadsden as they're getting everything warmed up. I think we're getting some warm-up shots from both sides there. And Aiden McCarthy, you see, they're one of the top bowlers for the Sparkman Senators in Spain Park, getting ready to begin their tosses now as we're getting ready to start the state championship round. Etowah getting their first practice tosses, and there you see Etowah will be competing on lane 7. West Point will start off on lane 8. The Sparkman Senators. There you see 7 and 8 on the left side there. So lane 11 and 12 will be for the 1 through 5A, and 7 and 8 for the 6 and 7A, which is good because it puts them close together and we'll be able to keep an eye on them. But also, as a bowler, Dad, you prefer, you say here at the Alley, you prefer the middle lanes to having to bowl to the outside.
Oh, yeah. I never enjoyed bowling on an end lane. And that, I was watching the Southside West Point game, and for the first 4 or 5 games, whoever was on lane 18, the end lane, lost.
Well,
but when it came to that last game for West Point, they lit it up. They got 7 strikes on lane 18. So
throws that theory out.
Throw that away.
Each bowler is going to get 2 practice shots, 1 on each lane, to try and get them used to the lane before we actually begin keeping score here. And like we were talking about earlier, this championship game will be in Baker format. 5 bowlers are selected to represent each high school. There can be substitutions if necessary, but each bowler will get a chance to throw 2 frames. And of course, if they strike or spare on the final frame, they'll get those extra tosses. But it's crucial, if you know your bowlers very well, where you set them up. Much like a batting order in baseball, you want to make sure you come out strong. You want to see guys who could carry strikes and keep those things moving. So I guess putting your bowling lineup is similar to what you would do if you were putting together a batting order for baseball or softball.
That's a coach's strategy.
Yep.
That's what they're going. And they do have subs. You may see some changes of players from one game to the next to give somebody a break or give everybody a chance to bowl.
These guys are absolutely keyed in. Each team has already played 2 best of 7 Baker rounds here on this Friday morning. And they're getting set to face off against each other. Sparkman, a perennial power in both boys and girls bowling in the 6-7A. Ranks, as is Spain Park, and for the first time in the girls coming up later on, and we want to see the ladies bowling. We're going to have a new state champion crowned. There won't be a repeat. Sparkman from up around the Madison County area in Alabama. Of course, Spain Park down in Shelby County. Part of the Hoover City School System. West Point comes to you from the Coleman area, the Coleman's school system. And of course, Etowah, this is sort of their home lane. If you're a Blue Devil person, this is where the Etowah Blue Devils play their matchups, and when they do, they know this place very, very well, and they brought a huge fan base here today, just right down the road from Attala and Highway 77. So it could get loud in here. It got loud all morning. We could barely hear ourselves think.
Yeah.
Between the South Side and Etowah and Vestavia Hills fans and the Marbury contingency that came up. So it was a very, very good time here at the Alley today. one of the things we saw that turned out to be a very big factor in the first set of games, you see a lot of emotional momentum. If a team, you start seeing teams hit a couple of strikes and that confidence carries over. But if you start seeing the team starts, this is a game really where you feed off your team energy in a big way.
Yeah. You should be able to face sure the teams, the boys, they congratulate each other.
Right.
And you'll hear some high fives and some yelling even for the team itself. But I've been watching, and I told you earlier, I'm amazed at how many two-handed bowlers there are. I'm watching over here from Spain Park and Sparkman, and even Etowah and West Point, and it amazes me how many now are trying to bowl with two hands instead of one.
Well, this is a sport that's growing in popularity all across the state of Alabama. In fact, one big thing going on up at Jacksonville State University, announcing that they are going to have a women's bowling team coming up this year. So that's exciting to see that happen. But we have seen this sport grow around the state of Alabama and become a very popular sport as they come up. That's we getting a, looks like the Etowah giving us their 5 bowlers. We're going to see Brandon Underwood, E.J. Teal, Garrett Gibbs, Jackson Bush, and Kaid Bradley.
And they do have their sub,
Mr. Beach.
Ben Beach.
Those are the 5 that Etowah is going to be putting up. They're the ones that don't have the names on their jerseys, so you have to know who they are. But we're getting ready now to start the competition. The Sparkman Senators getting their 1 minute and 45-second warm-up. West Point, they've started the time clock. West Point and Etowah, the practice is complete, and the play will begin in about 30 seconds. We're going to start this competition. All right. So West Point's going to begin on the and Etowah will start here in a couple of seconds. And we're getting ready to get things going here. And we're going to be keeping you up to date watching. Here you see Spain Park getting their final warm-up shots in before the match actually begins. Sparkman getting their final shot in. So now they've got the frames up. The West Point Warriors from Coleman area. Right off Highway 278. Sitting here talking to Coach Farley, head football coach of West Point. He said, I love coming to these things. They kind of feel like the underdog, the small school that's made their way up here, and they want to make something happen. So here we go. We're getting things started. Taking a look over. West Point's first bowler delivers. I chipped the outside there. And Sparkman delivers with leaving 1 standing, but only 2 pins knocked down by West Point's Sean Sanford. Sparkman. One of the things that's difficult about this is you have technically 4 things going on at the same time. Sanford trying to pick up the spare for West Point. He can't. Leaves a couple stranded up there, so starting open, not a good way for Etowah or West Point.
Well,
Etowah, he was able to pick up the spare.
He picked up the spare for Etowah.
Brandon Underwood, nice job there by the Blue Devil leadoff. So we come in, West Point able to pick up 7 on their second frame as we're getting ready to start things. Waiting on 6A, 7A to begin. E.J. Teal delivering for the Blue Devils there. And that is going to be, he left 1 standing out. Yes, he did. Knocks down 9 on his opening frame on frame 2. West Point trying to pick up the spare, but he's going to leave one standing. But a nice start there.
Etowah opened in the second.
Yeah. Left one stranded there, but Etowah leads 28 pins to 17 pins after 2 frames as 1 through 5A gets underway. Jackson Crow delivering 9 for West Point. Then Garrett Gibbs knocks it home. A strike for Garrett Gibbs. Our first strike of the 1 through 5A state championships. The Etowah Blue Devils drops it. Jackson Crow looking to pick up the spare, and he does for West Point. So the Warriors and the Blue Devils 3 frames in. Etowah leading by 11 pins. Jackson Bush with the toss for Etowah, and he knocks down 9. Jake Ray for West Point now to deliver. Gets the outside, and he looks like he left one standing. Jake Ray. Here comes Jackson Bush for Etowah to try and clean up, and he does.
Jake Ray left 4 standing.
Oh, not good. Oh, they were in a line. Now I see. Still waiting on the 6A, 7As to get started. They're in their warm-up.
Oh,
Ray cleans it up. He left one, didn't he? Left one.
Good hit, though. He got that sleeper.
Etowah now with a commanding 32-pin lead in our first game of this best-of-7 Baker format. Cade Bradley set to wrap up, go into frame 5 for the Blue Devils. Kevin Vance strikes it there for West Point. Nice shot by Vance. Cade Bradley.
Back for Etowah.
Cade Bradley keeps up pace. Just as West Point looked like they were about to make a big leap ahead, Etowah rallies it up. Sean Sanford now set to bowl for West Point. The release. Ooh, and he's got a split there, it looks like. He's going to have to deal with. There's Brandon Underwood for Etowah. Strikes it home, does Brandon Underwood. So Etowah and West Point. Every time West Point tries to take some kind of step forward, the Blue Devils and Brandon Underwood, as he strikes out the 6th frame. Sean Sanford for West End going to try and pick up his split. For West Point, excuse me. Spain Park and Sparkman still in their warm-up phase. Sanford for West Point set to deliver. There's the toss, and he's able to pick up one, but not both of them. So the 9 pins there. E.J. Teal with the toss for Etowah. The strikes keep on coming if you're a Blue Devil. They're knocking them down. West Point.
Another split, same one.
Same split for West Point there as they're finding themselves in early frame issues. Garrett Gibbs now to toss for the Blue Devils. There's his toss. And I think he's got left a split of his 9 down.
But with two strikes, that counts as 27.
West Point trying to carry, able to pick up one of the 2 in their split, but Etowah with a commanding 143 to 79 advantage with 3 frames to go here in this first of best of 7. It looks like finally 6-7A is going to jump in. And they're going to start to play. Here comes West Point delivering. Jackson Crow knocks down 7. Gibbs trying to pick up the spare for Etowah, and he does. And how about Sparkman flying out here with a strike out the gate? And so does Spain Park. Jackson Crow set to throw here to try and pick up the spare, and he cannot. 9 pins down for Jackson Crow on his lane. Jackson Bush for Etowah set to throw. Gets the toss. 9 pins for the Blue Devils on Bush's toss there. And now checking out our 6 and 7A camera. Spain Park delivering here and leaves a couple standing. Ooh, tough split there. The 6A, 7A side for Zachary Swain. But for Etowah, Jackson Bush picks up the spare. Jake Ray knocking down a strike for West Point. Or excuse me, picking up the spare in the 9th. It's Cade Bradley for the Blue Devils. 9 pins for the young'un. We're going into the 10th frame here in the first matchup between for 1 and 5A, and Etowah with a commanding lead. Cade Bradley picking up the spare on the 10th frame for the Blue Devils. John Allred bowling for West Point, and he collects the spare on the 10th frame. Cade Bradley's about to do his extra toss following the spare. Gets a split there, knocks down 8 pins. But that'll do it. Etowah finishes with 191 in their first game. Allred going to try and finish it up for West Point. Knocks down 7, and that'll be the end of the first game in the Baker 7 in the 5A bracket. The Etowah Blue Devils winning it 191 to 121. So Etowah takes a 1-0 lead over West Point in the 1 through 5A finals. Taking a look over at the 6 and 7A side while they're waiting to start the next one. Sparkman Senators set to bowl. Dalton Tolgo lining up to throw. Good delivery there. He's that two-handed style, and he strikes it down. Maybe there's something to the 2 hands, Dad. Come on.
I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I just haven't seen it.
Lee on the bowl for Spain Park. Nice toss, good delivery, picks up the spare, so a good job there. And as our scoring is set, Sparkman after 5 frames leading 85 to 57. Good toss there by Donnelly, Rory Donnelly. Kimball now going to roll for Spain Park. Toss gets the corner, nice curve, but it's going to leave 4 standing. Didn't catch that outside row. Game 2 has begun over on the 1 through 5A side as 6 and 7 rolls, and now Donnelly trying to pick up the spare for Sparkman. Nice roll, good delivery, and he strikes. So he picks up the spare and cleans that up for the Senators of Sparkman. Halfway through their first game now. Kimball trying to collect for Spain Park, and he does. So both bowlers there collecting up on their spares. Here comes the Senators. Aiden MacArthur. A two-handed style, puts the spin on top, knocks down a few. Eaton delivering. Leaves one standing for Spain Park. MacArthur going to try and pick up that spare. Spin, and he does. Sparkman collecting the spare here. So 121-90 is our score as we're halfway through the first matchup in the 6 and 7A. Etowah on the 1 through 5A with a 1-0 lead over West Point. As we are 3 frames into the game number 2, Blue Devils with a slim 4-pin advantage. Sparkman coming out strong here in game number 1. Wilson set to roll for Spain Park, gets the delivery. Gonna have a tough split there. He comes up with. One, and we're looking over.
Didn't quite want it. It teetered.
Almost another strike for Etowah, who's off to a blistering start again. Zachary Swain tossing for Spain Park to try and, for Sparkman to collect his spare, and he does. Wilson trying to collect his spare for Spain Park. Tough split, and he just goes right between them. He leaves that frame open with 2 pins standing. 1 through 5A. Jackson Bush collects the spare.
West Point through 4 has got an 11-point lead on Etowah right now.
Off to a tough start there for the Spain Park Jaguars. Kate Bradley for Etowah. Trying to toss this one here. Alfonso Carrington about to deliver for the Sparkman Senators. And Carrington picks up the spare for Sparkman. Kate Bradley picking up the spare for Etowah. Noticing that here, West Point off to a 10-pin lead. They pick up
both of
their spare.
So it still stays.
Dalton Tolgo set to deliver for Sparkman. Leaves one standing, so 9 drops. He's going to try and pick up the spare on his second throw. Lee delivering for Spain Park. That's a strike. Lee knocks them all down. Lee doing his part.
And 6th Etowah gets 8, but West Point gets a strike. So
that's going to help
West Point slowly trying to build on their lead.
Tolgo drops his spare, so that's a good match start for Sparkman, who leads 176-116. Tolgo will get his final throw. It looks like Sparkman is going to take game 1 of the 6-7A. Brandon Underwood trying to collect his spare for Etowah, not able to pick that one up. So Tolgo will get his toss here for the Senators. And he strikes it down. His extra throw after the spare, and Sparkman will finish with 186 in the first game. Spare picked up by Kimball of Spain Park. And
this is on their split in the 7th. Etowah gets 9 down in the
RJ Teal
with a chance for a spare.
Kimball's going to try and put put a little extra on this one to try and finish off strong in game one of the 6-7A finals. We're about to wrap up their first best of 7. Leaves one standing, so that'll do it for the first game of 6-7A. And it's going to go to the Sparkman Senators. Sparkman will start with a 1-0 advantage after they knock off Spain Park 186-145. So we can take our attention, check out what's going on in 1 through 5A between Etowah and West Point. At the current moment, Etowah trailing West Point 120-91. But a big strike by Garrett Gibbs might be what the Blue Devils, that's what the doctor ordered for Etowah. That'll bring up Jake Wren for West Point. And West Point, Jake Wren drops a strike. Nice throw by Jake Wren, trying to increase that West Point advantage. Throw by Jackson Bush for Etowah, and he tears it down. Jackson Bush trying to bring Etowah back to it, and that brings up Cade Bradley.
We're going into the 10th for both teams, but Etowah does have an advantage with those 2 strikes.
Kevin Vance on the toss for West Point. And he gets a big split there. Oh, that's not going to be helpful. Vance is going to have to find a way to knock both of those down to keep Etowah's momentum from rising up as we're in the 10th frame. And Cade Bradley strikes it up for the Blue Devils. This kid dials it up from the 5 spot. And Etowah has rallied.
They've rallied, and they should win this game. Vance, they have won the second game.
So Vance unable to pick up the split there. And in the last 3 frames, the Blue Devils throw strikes for Etowah. We're getting to see Bradley's last throw here. Cade Bradley with a toss. Is that going in? Well, he got a split, but the Blue Devils on the last 3 frames rally past West Point. And they win it 175-148. The Blue Devils of Etowah.
Well, they will get one last shot at the 3 left.
So they do have that one last shot there, but they are going to collect the win. Etowah is going to go to 2-1 or 2-0.
177.
So Etowah is 2-0 now. 2-0 lead over West Point. Blue Devils 2 wins away from a blue map to go with their Blue Devils. Spain Park and Sparkman have begun. They're now in the 3rd frame on the 6-7A side. Lead
both
set to toss.
Started out hot.
Yes, they have. 71-58. Lee drops 9 in on that shot. Bumps him up to 76. Looks like Alfonso tossing here for the Senators. Knocks down his spare. Good toss there.
That'll make them tied in the 3rd, and depending upon what he does with this 1 pin left, they could be tied in the 4th.
Lee
and he got it.
Drives it in, spare. Does drive in the spare. Tolgo set to toss for the Sparkman Senators. Dalton Tolgo delivers with a picking up 9, I believe, on that one. Going to go for his spare here.
They have a
here at the Alley in Gadsden, the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Bowling Championships for the gentlemen. Brought to you by Big Time Entertainment from Oxford, Alabama. Lots of fun here. 256-832-9200. Call that number for big time fun.
Trying to figure out they had a problem on lane 8.
Well, not a problem if you're the Sparkman Senators as they collect yet another strike. And how about that? If you saw over West Point, they finally picked up one of those wicked splits. West Point's got to be excited about that. Kimball set to roll for Spain Park. And that's going to be a strike for the big man from Spain Park High School. MacArthur for Sparkman. He's not able to do the same. Eaton to roll for Spain Park. There's his two-handed toss. Knocks him down. That's a strike for the Jags. See if MacArthur can pick up this this spare for Sparkman. Toss leaves one stranded. 9 pins though. Mitchell, the lefty, the southpaw, picks up a strike. Near and dear to your heart right there. A left-handed bowler, right?
Nope, I bowl right.
You bowl right-handed. You just right left-handed. That's correct. So here goes Zachary Swain. He knocks down 8, leaves a couple stranded for the Senators. Sparkman with a 1-0 advantage. They bring in a extra bowler, Kelty. Sparkman trying to increase theirs to a 2-0 lead. Can't pick up the spare on that one as it knocks one down, leaves the other standing. Spain Park. Good split there by Kelty as he picks up the spare. And Spain Park increases their lead over Sparkman to try and even this series up. Nice roll. He's unable to get them all down. He had a good delivery on that one. Creighton just couldn't get it to drop. Lee set to toss for the Jaguars of Spain Park, and he strikes it home. Spain Park's come out hot here in the 6-7-8 game number 2. As they're looking to wrap up game number 2. Nice shot to pick up the spares. Creighton. Kimball set to bowl for Spain Park. Roll and drops it down with a strike. Ooh, that one danced a little bit, but he got it to go down. Tolgo's toss for Sparkman is a strike. Putting up the big numbers here as they finish out the 10th frame with strikes. It looks like the advantage Spain Park here in game number 2.
Yeah, that would definitely take game 2. Spain Park will.
Kimball strikes it home on the last throw of the second game. Tolgo unable to. 179. 235 to 1-2. Now 235 is not a bad game if you're Spain Park.
Not a bad game.
You'll take 235, and they're not done. Kimball's got one more toss. So does Tolgo. Kimball with the delivery, and he strikes it down. Tolko picks up the spare for Sparkman, and that will do it. 245-183. The final score in game number 2 in the 6-7A finals. Spain Park evens it up at 1 apiece. Here at the Alabama High School Athletic Association Bowling State Championships. Bowls, the boys. Jackson Crow throwing for West Point, unable to collect that spare on the
Etowah could retake the lead.
Well, on the 8th frame. Nice toss there by Gibbs. A strike on the 8th frame, and now it's Jake Ray of West Point to deliver. And he can. He's got a split, knocks down 8. So we'll try and regain that. Jackson Bush set to toss for the Blue Devils. Two-handed delivery. Knocks him down.
That's a 2 in a row.
That's 2 strikes in a row for the Etowah Blue Devils.
The 10th.
Ray set to throw for the West Point Warriors. Is able to pick up one of the 2, but leaves one standing and leaving a frame open late.
It doesn't leave room.
No. Cade Bradley delivers a strike for Etowah. And it looks like the Blue Devils are about to go to 3-0. West Point collects a strike there. Nice toss by Allred. John Allred collects the strike. Cade Bradley going to try and extend Etowah's advantage here in game 3 as he tosses. Strike for Cade Bradley. Boy, one of those pins couldn't decide if it wanted to stay up or down. Finally made the decision to go down. John Allred for West Point will leave a couple standing on their last throw. Cade Bradley going to try and increase Etowah's already commanding lead. Bowling from the 5 spot. The toss. Strikes him down. The Etowah Blue Devils score 212 in the 3rd game. And as Allred picks up the spare for West Point. But Etowah now with a 3-0 advantage and are 1 win away from a state championship in 1 through 5A bowling. So splitting the games there, getting some final instructions. Let's take a look over at the 6-7A side of the aisle. 3 frames in. Spain Park leading by 2 pins. And so see what Zachary throws here for the Senators. Zach Swain. Release, trying to pick up a spare, and he does. Good toss by Zachary Swain.
First mark for either team.
They've had open frames, yeah.
That's
3 frames.
a whole lot different than the last game.
Absolutely. They couldn't leave anything standing out there in game number 2. So Alfonso Carrington set to toss. Or, excuse me, Alonzo Carrington. Oh, that's Alfonso. I'm sorry. Carrington, the next bowler for the Sparkman Senators, while Lee is set up for Spain Park. Carrington strikes it up for the Senators. Lee delivering for Spain Park, and he does the same. Now we're starting to see some marks here. Dalton Tolgo finish it out. Number 5 spot for Sparkman. Leaves one standing. Kimball. Man, that kid is as hot as it comes. The last 4 things he's thrown have been strikes. He had 3 straight to finish out game 2. Tolgo going to try and pick up the spare. Misses to the right. Eaton throwing that strike right down the lane. Eaton for Spain Park.
They're on a triple. I got 3. Better known as a turkey.
A turkey. 9 knocked down for the Senators. Donnelly, Rory Donnelly. You can't have a more Irish name there. Ulaturi substitute in for Spain Park. And Donnelly picks up the spare for Sparkman. 2 bowling titans, if you look at it from their standpoint, in 6, 7, 8. Aiden MacArthur set to deliver for the Senators. Throw. MacArthur takes them all down. Sparkman trying to keep pace here. Just looking over and glancing at the 1 through 5A. We're halfway through what could be the final game. Etowah with a 3-0 advantage. And they're leading. There's a toss there by Zachary Swain of Sparkman. Leaves one standing.
Should tie it up.
After 4 frames. It does. Cade Bradley just knocked down another strike for Etowah. Looking over there, but let's take a look at the 6-7A matchup here. Zachary Swain trying to pick up a spare, and he does. Nice toss there by Swain. Lee now bowling for Spain Park. Oh, leaves that one. Leaves a couple stranded. Going to try and pick up the spare here for the Jaguars. Alfonso Creighton leaves a couple standing for the Senators of Sparkman. Lee going to try and collect the spare, and he does. Got some luck on that last bounce, but it does fall.
Well, should solidify Spain Park's win over there.
So Spain Park may be collecting there. Creighton tries to pick up a spare. He does. As we go into the 10th frame, and Spain Park is up by 32 pins, and Kimball is coming up. He has not left anything standing in his last few throws. Oh, he left one standing this time, just one. Knocked down 9. He's going to try and collect. We are 2 frames away over on the Tolgo.
Spain Park will win.
Kimball's going to make his second toss and collect the spare, and he does. He should get another toss there, but it looks like Spain Park will take a 2-1 advantage over Sparkman. Tolgo unable to collect the spare. But looking at 1 through 5A, we're about 2 frames away from a state champion. And a perfect 4-game sweep. So Spain Park does pick up game number 2 against the Sparkman Senators. And let's go over to 1 through 5A, where Teal for Etowah just collects another strike. E.J. Teal collect the spare there, and we go into the 10th frame, and now a toss. There's West Point's Allred. Allred knocks down 8. 193 to 118 as we go into these late frames, and data looks like a state championship is going to Attala.
Yes, it is.
John Allred.
They're up 193 to 118.
Yeah. Allred.
Even though West Point's in the 8th, even if they get this and strike out, they can't.
Yeah.
They can't catch them on the.
Allred picks up the spare for West Point. That's going to send in Jake Ray. For the West Point Warriors, who made it this far, they ran into a buzzsaw. Ray shots, knocks down 7, leaves 3 standing. Etowah's waiting to bowl their 10th frame. See how West Point does. They hadn't left one standing since the 4th frame of the here in the 4th game. Ray trying to collect the spare for the Warriors, and he cannot, but he does get 2. Open frame there. That one left wide open by the Warriors of West Point. Kevin Vance now to bowl for West Point. The approach, release. Watching it go, and he strikes it down. Good toss by Vance. Now Cade Bradley is set to bowl the last frame of the game and the season for Etowah. But he's going to bring home a state championship. Knocks them all down, just as he's been doing all game long.
I guess I need to switch over to the 2-handed throw.
That may be a good thing to do. These guys are picking it up. Cade Bradley, Etowah, 2nd straight game they've hit over 200. The Etowah Blue Devils looking to collect a state championship for the boys. 1 through 5A. Bradley knocks them all down again. And it's all over but the crowning, as Cade Bradley gets one more throw. And they are going to bring in a substitute. I'm guessing that's Ben Beach is going to throw the last toss for Etowah. Ben Beach. His toss will be the one that brings Etowah. And Beach knocks a strike down. The substitute does. And the roof just went off of the place here in the alley for that young man.
Well, congratulations to the Etowah Blue Devils.
2023. 1 through 5A state champions. The blue map made the trip into Etowah County today, Dad, but it's not leaving it. It's staying right here. And the boys of Etowah are your 2023 state champions. Congratulations.
But also to West Point.
And yes, congratulations.
From the bottom, the 8th seed.
The lowest seed in the tournament after last night's seeding, and the West Point knocking off the #1 seed in the first round, the #4 seed in the second round, and the Southside Panthers. And then Etowah,
the number 3
seed. So you've taken care of the 3 of the top 4 seeds And West Point has nothing to. They were nothing to sneeze at today. They got a lot of guts. But the Etowah Blue Devils are the 2023 Alabama High School Athletic Association Boys Bowling Champions. And I mean, you can just look at some of those kids. Their bowling style, they're something else. A lot of ability from that school. Congratulations. Going back over to the 6A, 7A side.
Looks like Sparkman's going.
Sparkman's got an edge. Big toss there by Eaton, though, for Spain Park, as that's going to get them a strike. Mitchell now set. Donnelly throwing for Spain Park. Excuse me, for Sparkman. He knocks 9 down. Here comes Mitchell for the Jaguars. He knocks down 7. 6A, 7A finals. Spain Park with a 2-1 advantage. Forget this broadcast brought to you in part by Big Time Entertainment, Oxford, Alabama. The absolute funnest place in Northeast Alabama. Donnelly picks up the spare for Sparkman. Much needed roll there. Try and keep pace with the Spain Park Jags. Mitchell trying to collect the spare for the Jaguars, and he does. But a very even matchup here in the 6A, 7A finals.
Well, the score right now is showing 150 to 107, Spain Park. But
yeah, it's Spain Park. But that'll help. MacArthur will help Sparkman's cause with a strike right there.
And he just bowled in the 7th. So now Sparkman has the lead.
Well, Kelty tries to keep pace, but he knocks down 9, so he can collect a spare and keep pace with the Senators. Swain strikes him down. Beautiful toss by Zachary Swain, and Sparkman starting to jump in. Kelty looking for that spare, got it. 147, 134 after each team has gone through 8 frames. We got 2 frames to go.
Sparkman's sitting on 2 strikes.
Carrington.
Spain Park sitting on a spare.
Carrington knocks down 7. So he's got to want to collect this spare while Lee set to roll for the Jaguars. Strikes them down. Nothing left standing when Lee came through. Carrington going to try and collect this spare.
He's sitting on a split.
Yeah. Seven down, needs to try and get these 3. Carrington with the delivery. Makes it happen. Clutch shot there by Carrington to collect that spare.
Going to be an interesting 10th frame.
Yes, it will, and that means Kimball up.
Spain Park's going in with a strike in the 9th. Sparkman with a spare.
Here comes Kimball. Ooh. Knocked down about 6. Gain from my vantage point.
7.
Tolgo. Shot. Strike. Clutch strike by Tolgo in the 10th. Kimball going to try and collect the spare. He does.
He got his spare, but I think it's going to go to Sparkman.
Yeah, I think Sparkman's about to take that tie game. About to tie this one up.
They're sitting at 194 to 174.
Yeah. Tolgo.
184 is the most.
He gets the strike, so Sparkman ices that one with a strike tossed by Tolgo. Clutch in the 10th frame. Oh, Kimball thought he'd get one to fall. He does not, but the Sparkman Senators are going to win Game 4 here in the state championship. 6A, 7A. Tolgo still has one more toss to go. And leaves a split, but it doesn't matter. The Sparkman Senators are going to get the win, 211 to 183.
Ties it up 2-2.
Wow. At least one of them's going to come down to the wire, possibly. Spain Park and Sparkman knotted up at 2 in the boys 6A, 7A finals. We already have a 5A, 1 through 5A state champion. The Etowah Blue Devils won it in commanding fashion over West Point. Here at the Alley in Gadsden, Alabama. Second year that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Right.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we going to do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car has been in an accident, is stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
Welcome back to the Alley here in Gadsden, Alabama. We're getting ready to continue the 6A, 7A boys state championship bowling here on WOTM. 1 through 5A finished up just a few minutes ago. Etowah winning the state championship in 1 through 5A over West Point. Right now you got Spain Park and Sparkman battling it out for the 6 to 7A state championship. As of right now, after 3 frames, Sparkman on top 48-33. Zach Swain coming up to bowl for the Senators. And he knocks that down and collects the spare. Kelty trying to collect a spare for Spain Park. And he does. Teams trying to keep pace. Spain Park and Sparkman even at 2 games apiece. First to 4 wins in this Baker format for the state championship. Alfonso Carrington. Carrington with the strike there. Lee delivers for Spain Park. Very good. And Lee delivers as well.
Both striking in the 4th.
We go to the 5th. Dalton Tolgo to throw for the Senators, and he knocks them down. He's gotten hot as of late in the last couple of games. And Kimball not able to continue the dominance he had in the first 2 games.
Sparkman so far has marked every frame, but this one,
they still got a chance.
Still got a chance with the 10 pin.
So Donnelly knocks that one down. Kimball going to try and complete the spare, and he does. So they go into the 6th frame after a marked 5th. Donnelly trying to collect the spare for the Senators, and he cannot. Missed it just to the right. So Eaton now set to bowl for Spain Park. Delivery and left one up on the right side. MacArthur now for Sparkman. His toss knocks down 9. They have a chance to mark this one up. Get back on the hot side of things is Eaton trying to collect a spare for the Jaguars. Toss. Got it. 125-94. Sparkman leading here in game 3, or game 5 rather. And the spare collected by MacArthur. The Jaguar faithful hoping that Mitchell can get him back on the stroll. Mitchell with the toss, left one standing, knocked down 9. Donnelly, or excuse me, Swain knocks down 9, got one standing. Mulaturi can't pick up the spare. For Spain Park. Swain going to try and pick it up for Sparkman. Hit, knocks it down, cleans up the 10th pin. Kelty, ooh, he's got a tough split to try and pick up. Going into the 9th frame for Sparkman. Carrington. Leaves a couple standing, but definitely a split that could be tough to pick up as Kelty can't collect on his. Lee.
Spain Park really needs a mark in this 9th frame.
Lee tosses. Ooh. He can collect that spare, but a strike would have been much more helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Carrington trying to collect his, and he can't pick up both. It shot the right direction, but not far enough. That'll leave that frame open for Sparkman. Still leading by a commanding 34 pins. Lee going to try and collect here. Miss leaves one standing. That hurts. That might wrap up this match.
That will wrap up this match. Most they can get is 30 if they strike out in the 10th. That's at 160, and Sparkman's already at 162.
Tolgo knocks down 8, so it looks like Sparkman will take the 3-2 advantage following Kimball's bowl here for the Jaguars. Nice toss, but he leaves a couple standing, and Tolgo with a chance to mark here in the 10th frame. Okay. Toss by Tolgo, drops it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back.
America's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint, and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Sylacauga.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us. Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem. Blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
Welcome back to the Alley in Gadsden, Alabama. The Alabama High School Athletic Association Boys State Bowling Finals on WOTM. I'm Jason Bozeman, Jim Bozeman, bringing you the action here, and we are in game number 5, or game number 6. Between Sparkman and Spain Park for the 6A, 7A Boys State Championship. The Sparkman Senators with a 3-2 advantage in this best-of-7 Baker-style format. And coming out of the gate, Spain Park has been hot. They've marked the first 2 frames with strikes. And Sparkman, new bowler in, knocks down 8. Sparkman with a victory here can win the state championship. Dalton Robinson unable to strike out, but with a chance to collect here in their second frame of game number 6. Robinson delivers. And he does collect that spare. So if Sparkman can keep marking, they have a chance, but they got to hope that Spain Park cools off. And Kelty is delivering for the Jags here. Gets the toss.
After the first 3 frames, they got a perfect game.
So a perfect
3 strikes
for Spain Park. They're going to have to do something to stave off Sparkman. And here comes Swain. And Swain keeps up with it, so strike for strike. But they got some ground to make up, do the Senators. Lee for the Jaguars gets the toss and knocks 7 down, but he's got a good space for a spare. Alfonso Carrington. It's the roll. Also an opportunity for a spare, really needing to play catch up on that frame. Lee collects the spare for the Jaguars, and now Carrington going to try and do the same for Sparkman. Delivery, and he cannot. Leaves one standing. 30-pin advantage for the Jaguars as we are now into the 5th frame, and Kimball delivers for Spain Park.
40 pin.
And that's a strike. Wow. Tolgo. It's the roll, and he knocks them all down. Eaton now set to go in 6th frame. Toss and split. How does this split that Eaton's toss rate in difficulty?
Well, definitely not as bad as the 17.
Absolutely.
But you can hit this one either way. You can hit the head pin up there on the right and go over, or you can hit it on the left and go. But the middle,
not going
to work.
Here he goes with his delivery to try and collect this spare. And he does. Went to the outside, went to the left that time. Nice toss by Eaton. Spain Park's Sparkman's Donnelly also answers with collecting his own spare. The lead is still 40 pins for Spain Park. They're going to try and even up this series and push it to a game 7. Mitchell. Man who started it. Keeps it going. Another strike. They have marked every frame here in the 6th game.
And most of them with strikes.
Yes. MacArthur delivers for the Senators. Strike for MacArthur. Kelty. Another strike for Spain Park. The hits keep coming. Swaim now to try and keep pace, and he does. Strike for the Senators. Here comes Lee, spared his last roll. He strikes this one. And what you're seeing here is when the pressure's on, these guys can turn it up. Carrington leaves one. Three straight strikes as Kimball sets to roll for Spain Park. That's 4. He gets a couple more shots at this too.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to a game 7.
We got a game 7 going here. Carrington trying to collect a spare for Spain Park, and for Sparkman, and he does. But it's going to be the Spain Park Jaguars that are going to win game 6 and force game 7. You couldn't have two more opposite performances in two different games. As we saw, Tolgo set to throw for the Senators. He can't get them all down, leaves one. So he can go for a spare here. Kimball going to try and collect on the strike. There's the toss, and can't get them all down there. Leaves a couple. Tolgo rolls, collects the spare for the Senators. Kimball looking to do the same, and he does for the Jaguars. And that's it for Spain Park. 2:45. Not too shabby.
No.
Not too shabby at all. Dalton Tolgo going to try and finish things out for the Senators of Sparkman, but we are going to a game 7. And we're going to, he gets a strike. Nice shot by Tolgo. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Alabama High School Athletic Association's State Bowling Championships.
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
Welcome back to the alley here at the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Bowling Championships. For the men's side, we'll have the women coming up a little bit later on. We're in Game 7. Spain Park and Sparkman, 3 games apiece. Big strike there. They're looking to collect a spare. Is a good toss there by Robinson. Mitchell looking to collect here for Spain Park. Here comes Swain for Sparkman. Zachary Swain leaves 1 standing, knocking down 9. Both teams were throwing closing out frames in the last game. This one's starting a little bit more precarious. Final game, best of 7. The winner of this game will be the state champions of 6A, 7A bowling. Looks like there may be something wrong with one of the lanes there as they're trying to figure out.
The reset didn't work.
Yeah, the reset didn't work, so had to bring out the manual pool cue. Mitchell picks up the spare for Spain Park, so he did his part and closed out that frame. Still waiting to see what happens with Sparkman. There we go. They got that lane adjusted. Swain going to try and collect a spare for the Senators. The toss. Spare collected. Trying to keep pace with each other. Kelty can't get him to drop for Spain Park. He leaves 3 standing, and that brings up Alfonso Currington. Knocks him down. So Sparkman starting to get a roll. Let's see if Kelty can collect the spare here, and he does. Here comes Tolgo for Sparkman. Has that split over on the right side there. And Lee, almost the same areas for Tolgo and Lee. Tolgo trying to collect the spare with a 13-pin lead. And it's collected. Now Lee going to try and do the same thing. But game 7 for all the marbles. He does it. Back-to-back game 7s for Sparkman as they had to go 7 with Vestavia. Now they're going 7 with Spain Park. Donnelly. Ooh. Have you ever looked one of those dead in the eye?
Yep. More times than I can imagine.
Kimball puts it in, drives them home. A strike there for they're pointing at scores up there. Donnelly knocks one of the three down, but needed a big one, needed a bigger one there. And now the strike is in. They're coming off a strike is Eaton for Spain Park. 93-83 it shows after 6 frames, or 6 for Spain Park. Excuse me, for Sparkman. Spain Park's about to bowl their 6th. Here come the Jaguars. Jimmy. MacArthur knocks it down for a strike for the Sparkman Senators. And that brings up Eaton. I think now they're bowling over each other.
Yeah. They're about 2 frames behind Spain Park is.
Eaton. Wow. And he's kind of
he shifted a pin over, so
yes, he did. And for that, Zachary Swaim knocks down all 10 for Sparkman.
A double.
So now with 2 in a row for the Sparkman Senators going into their final 2 frames. And Eaton is going to trying to figure out how he's going to settle this. Senators. All right, 9 down by Alfonso. They're having to fix the issue with the pins. And now Eaton will get his chance. Yeah. Eaton's going to get his chance to try and collect his spare. Not the easiest of situations. And he got it. Clutch shot by Eaton there. That's keeping Spain Park alive. But it's a 40. They're still just through their 6th frame. They have 3 to go before they catch up with Spain Park, or excuse me, with Sparkman, who is at their 10th frame. So Mitchell for the Jaguars makes the approach. That's a strike. Moves them closer. Now Alfonso going to try and collect the spare for Sparkman, and he does. So Sparkman still has the 10th frame. They close that one out. Kelty. Not a good
best of leaves.
Not a friendly stand for that young man. Tolgo. It strikes it down. And Dalton Tolgo with an opportunity to add some padding. Oh, that was close. Kelty almost picked up that spare. Wicked split he had. He almost picked it up, but he does leave the frame open. 2 frames to go for the Spain Park Jaguars. Tolgo with an opportunity to open up that lead a little bit. Leaves one standing, but can spare it out.
Lots riding on this for Spain Park.
Yes. Lee delivers. and try and pick up that spare. And if he's able to, they're going to have to strike out on 10. Torgo throws, misses the spare. So that sets him at 181.
If he picks this up, that'll make them 151.
And then they'll have to
plus the next ball. Could be 160. So you could.
Got it.
That's what he needed to do.
So now comes Kimball.
Just depends on what this first ball is.
So if Kimball throws a strike here, Spain Park has an opportunity for a state championship. If not, it's going up to Sparkman.
But we could end up, they come up with 181. I don't know what you do if they tie in the 7th game. That's all right. Let's see. That's
9.
Oh, can't get it. It's over.
Kimball misses it by 1 pin.
That means the highest they can get is 180.
We have a state champion. We have 2 state champions. The Sparkman Senators, the Etowah Blue Devils are going to walk out with maps today. Well, all these teams are going to walk out with maps.
So the final game will end up with a 1-pin difference.
Wow.
Well, they still, yeah.
I mean, he's still bowling, and this is
if he gets a strike, it'll be a 1-pin difference. Otherwise, great game though.
What a fantastic 7 games between these 2 high schools. Back-to-back 7 games for the Sparkman Senators, and that's it. The Sparkman Senators and the Etowah Blue Devils are your 2023 Alabama High School Athletic Association State Bowling Champions. Sparkman knocks off Spain Park 4-3. We're going to have trophy presentations here in a minute. Let's take a timeout.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy towing equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boys' mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
It's been a wild afternoon here at the Alley in Gadsden, Alabama, and we're pulling the nightcap tonight as the ladies take over on this Friday afternoon in the Alabama High School Athletic Association Bowling State Championships. What's going on, everybody? Welcome as we bring you the finals of 6 and 7A and 1 through 5A in girls high school bowling in Alabama. My name is Jason Bozeman. Glad to be with you here from the Alley, bringing you the finals. And this is my father, Jim Bozeman, bringing us the expert commentary because, you know, that's what he brings in. And we have been fortunate enough to witness some great bowling all day long. Etowah winning the state championship for the boys in 1 through 5A. Sparkman doing the same in 6 and 7A. In fact, in 6 and 7A, a couple of familiar names when it comes to state championships. But take a look at two teams ready to try and put their stamp in the 1 through 5A mark, both looking to be the next state champions. It's Scottsboro and Beauregard. Going to be throwing it out there. And then in 6 and 7A, two familiar teams. As you look over to the side, the Sparkman Senators and the American Christian Patriots. The interesting thing about this situation, Sparkman trying to repeat as 6, 7A champs, but the previous years 1 through 5A champs. American Christian moving up to 6A this year. They are going to be playing for their second consecutive state championship. So a very interesting situation set up right here. We're about to bring you some bowling action, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Bowling Championships.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Alley in Gadsden, Alabama, ready to bring you the girls 1 through 5A and 6 and 7A state bowling championships today. And it's going to be two teams on the 1 through 5A looking to win their first ever bowling state championship, and a perennial power in 6 and 7. In fact, one of only two schools to win the 6-7A bowling championship since the sport was reinstated with the association not too long, a few years ago. Sparkman and Southside of Gadsden, the only two schools to win a state championship in 6 and 7A. And Sparkman looking to defend, but American Christian, who had won the 1 through 5A state title in 2022, also looking to defend their state championship. So it brings up very interesting situation in 6 and 7A. And for 1 through 5A, two schools that came through two tough programs. We were talking, watching a couple of these matchups earlier, and the Beauregard rally, taking it 7 games with perennial power Southside and winning the last two in a commanding fashion to take a 4-3 win in their series to advance here. Scottsboro knocking off the Dolphins of Gulf Shores to get to the finals. Probably the most epic match we've seen today, Dad. That match we just watched with American Christian and Stanhope Elmore that came down to the 10th frame.
Came down to the 10th. They were both tied 131 at the end of the ninth, with going in the 10th. And American Christian struck out in the 10th.
And they
ended up winning by about 10 points.
And Stanhope Elmore came out and hit a strike on the 10th as well. And right after that, but they spared the final.
They didn't.
So American Christian, in an exciting fashion, went 7 games with Stanhope Elmore. And we have seen some fantastic finishes today. We've seen some great young bowling talent, the best in the state. We're excited to be here with you. This broadcast brought to you in part by Big Time Entertainment, Oxford, Alabama. You talk about all the fun you can have in one location. Big Time Entertainment is that, and bowling, yes, is included. So give them a call and find out more about them at 256-832-9200. I want to thank all the sponsors that have made this possible, this broadcast on WOTM in the High School Athletic Association. Warm-ups are going on between the two schools right now, and both the 5A competitors with hard matches. Sparkman, they took care of Oak Mountain in fashion to get to the finals. They were able to sit and watch. They're getting their warm-ups done right now, but this is a veteran Sparkman squad. The defending state champions. It's always good to see two schools also who are hungry to get that first state title, and Beauregard is one of those schools. The sport was instituted 1972, discontinued between 1978 and 2015, and then they brought it back in 2016. And who was the first program to win a state championship in the girls? It was Sparkman. So Sparkman won the first one after it was brought back in, and then they've won the last two following that 4-year stretch where the Southside Panthers were the bowling state champions. So Sparkman looking for their fourth as a team. American Christian, as we said earlier, looking to repeat as a state champion. And they have gotten their matchup underway. 6A is done. They're warmed up and they're throwing. And both of them came out marking. Neither one of them left anything standing. So both with spares on their first run. And so taking a look at our second, Taylor Enfinger going to be throwing for Sparkman. Blakely Rice comes in and strikes for American Christian. Now Taylor Enfinger gets the toss. Knocks 9 down, looking to try and clean up with a spare and see if she can mark on the second frame. Olivia Rice tosses in and strikes for American Christian.
It looks like American Christian is picking up where they left off from the last game.
Absolutely. They're in a roll right now. Enfinger. Try and pick up the spare. And she does. So Sparkman and American Christian off to a great start in the 6-7A. Stormy Bender with a toss for AHSAA. Knocks 8 down on the first throw. Breaks their strike streak. Kirsten Stokesbury comes in on her third frame. We're going to see the Webbers coming up here for Sparkman, and they are juggernauts at that in the 4th and 5th spot. Bender try and pick up the spare, goes back and consults coaches. So Stokesbury throws. Good release and can't get it in the gutter. Leaves a few standing there. Stormy Bender looking to pick up the spare for AHSAA. The outside, curves in and spare is complete. Good toss by Stormy Bender. That keeps the mark streak going. Jenna Weber tosses for Sparkman. And that's a strike. That brings up their ace, Angela Weber, but not before. Kate Olson for AHSAA gets her first toss, and she picks right up with a strike. That's how she finished up.
Yeah, you've got a 5-member team, and generally if you watch each team, your 4th and 5th bowlers are going to be your best because you want them in the 9th and 10th frame in case it's close.
And there's Angela Weber for Sparkman. She is their ace. And that's a strike for Weber. So back-to-back strikes for Sparkman and the Weber sisters. Those first 5 frames for Sparkman, every single one of them a mark. D'Anzo tosses for AHSAA. No, wait, that's still Olsen. Olsen picking up her. Excuse me, that was Shayla D'Anzo. We're back to the top with Natalie Alsop for Sparkman. That's a nice shot for Alsop. So we're going to go to the next bowler for Sparkman. Will be Maddie Blevins, but not before. Blakely Rice takes her shot with ACA, and it curves. Going to be a tough split for her right there. Here goes for Sparkman, Maddie Blevins. Blevins should be able to pick up that spare, knock a 9 down, and we'll see if Rice, what she can gather from her spare. If she can pick it up. That's a tough one, too. One of those splits. See if she can get a pin to fall the right way. There's the toss. Good. Picks it down and collects the spare. That was talent.
Yeah, because there's only one way to get that, and that's to hit the head pin on the left.
Strike thrown by Stokesbury for Sparkman. Excuse me, Blevins picking up the spare. Rice tosses for ACA. Leaves one standing. They'll try and pick up that spare right now. Both numbers are through the roof. Stokesbury now throwing for the Senators. Knocks down 8. Scottsboro also underway. Rice can't hit the spare and leaves one standing. Opening the door for Stokesbury. And Sparkman. Good toss there.
Good pickup.
Spare collected.
Back into the game.
So Sparkman right back in there by picking up that spare. With a 160 to 149 pin total at this point. Stormy Bender tossing for ACA. Knocks down 9. Here comes Jenna Weber for Sparkman. Good look, good throw. Knocked down 9, just missing that one pin. It's tight here after 9 pins between the two best bowling teams in girls bowling in the state of Alabama. Bender collects the spare. ACA look to go to the 10th frame. We'll see if Jenna Weber can finish off her spare here for the Senators. And she does.
Back to a 2-pin game. Going into the 10.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be 4 fun to watch. Kate Olson tosses for ACA.
Oh,
that's
split.
Her ace, they just got a big split, so she's got her work cut out for her.
Considered a split, but it's as hard as a split.
Angela Weber trying to clean this one up for Sparkman. See if the Senators can jump in. She's got the ability, you know that. Fun to watch. Got all but one, so she can collect that spare and see if Sparkman can hang on after taking a brief lead. See what Olsen does for ACA. Takes out 3, and one of those pins nearly took out the 4 and almost got a spare. But she will leave one standing.
That gives Sparkman the first game.
Sparkman will take the first game no matter what Angela Weber throws here. But she's consummate. She's going to pick up that spare. And the Sparkman Senators, she gets another toss, but they are going to win game 1 against American Christian. Weber's going to get her final toss of the first outing to finish off game one. And it's a strike. Pad those scores, 197 for the Sparkman Senators, and they are going to take game one officially against American Christian. Let's take a look at what's going on in the 1 through 5A, which is finally underway, just a little bit behind the 6 and 7A, where Beauregard is ahead
lead right now
by 16 pins. We're on the 8th frame. A tough toss there for Scottsboro, goes in the gutter. Beauregard looking to increase. They've just coming off 7 straight games against Southside. Katie Wilkerson is bowling for Beauregard, as she's going to try and complete a spare here. And she misses wide to the right. Scottsboro has an equally difficult spare. Alexis Walker going to try and pick that one up. They got a split.
They got a split.
Big split. And she picks up one, but not the other two. So that split's going to leave a couple standing. Carly Kraft for Beauregard. Getting ready to toss right now, and for Scottsboro, it's going to be Raven Clark. Raven Clark. Good look there. Knocks down 9 and makeable spare. There goes Kraft. Beauregard misses her spare opportunity. We're going to be moving.
Scottsboro could pick up this spare. They could make a comeback.
Raven Clark trying to pick up the spare. Let's see what she gets. It's a good roll, and she's got it. So Scottsboro picks up the spare in the 9th as we go to the 10th frame. For Beauregard, Hannah Parham. And Parham gets a strike. She was one of the heroes of Game 7 against Southside, and she is so consistent. For Scottsboro, Adriana Venus knocking down 8. And her first going to try and collect a spare here. I believe if we'll see how Parham does. Hicks knocks down 9. Venus going to try and collect the spare for Scottsboro. Ball moves, and she does. So Adriana Venus.
Best they could do is 136.
Yeah, I think
so.
Beauregard's taking game 1.
Taking the first,
Parham trying to collect the spare for Beauregard, and she does. So Beauregard.
141.
Well, Venus will get her final bowl. And she strikes.
5-pin difference. That's a good game.
So a very good outing. 141-136. Beauregard takes game 1 in the 1 through 5A finals. They'll take a little break and swap lanes in 1 through 5A, and we can check out what's going on in the 6-7A battle over here. As we are 3 frames in, and right now, American Christian with a 4-pin lead. As they're on their 4th and 5th bowlers. Good time to move over when you go to start with the 4th and the 5th. And you look, Jenna Weber trying to pick up a split, and she does. Beautiful job splitting those pins right down the middle. Stormy Bender with the toss for AHSAA. Knocks down at least 8. So Angela Weber now up for Spartan.
Got a small split left herself.
Yes. Angela Weber up for the Senators. Bender getting set to finish off her fourth frame before Olsen will step up in the fifth spot. Weber knocks it home. Strike. Bender's toss to pick up the spare is good. She collects it. You go through we're about to be through our first top 5 bowlers.
Both of your number 4 bowlers both had splits, but both of them picked them up.
That's why they're the number 4 bowler. Sparkman back to the top order. Natalie Alsop knocks down 9. Good shot there. Kate Olsen throws for ACA. Knocks down 9 there in their 5th spot. So chance at a spare. Sparkman just a frame ahead of ACA. Alsop going to try and pick up the spare here in the 6th frame, and does. Olsen trying to collect the spare for ACA, and she does. And at this level, this is what you expect.
Right.
When you get to this point
marks
in the tournament, you expect straight marks. Blevins leaves one standing. As Shayla D'Anzo gets set to bowl for ACA, their number 1. Makeable spare for the number 1. Blevins going to try and collect hers. Sparkman has a 3-pin advantage, but they have finished their 6th frame.
Yeah,
ACA bowling theirs right now. D'Anzo waiting on the right ball here. So Blevins and D'Anzo are waiting to finish out their respective frames. Blevins in the 7th frame here is D'Anzo in the 6th. Patience is a virtue. Gonna step forward and get ready to throw here. Blevins tosses and does not make her spare opportunity, leaving it open for D'Anzo and ACA as she goes to pick up her spare opportunity. Set to throw. Her approach. Good. She's got it. So ACA stepping back in. With that spare, will give them a slight lead over Sparkman right now.
Right, based upon their next ball.
Kirsten Stokesbury with the throw for the Senators. And that brings up Blakely Rice for ACA. Toss. Makeable spare for Rice. The first of the Rices. Stokesbury can't complete it, leaves one stranded. So open frame there for Sparkman, who now trails ACA. Blakely Rice set to throw for the Patriots. And she collects it. Strong outing by ACA here in game number 2.
Yeah, they've marked every frame.
Jenna Weber, the toe for the Senators. The southpaw brings it, leaves one standing. Chance to collect that spare for Jenna Weber. Olivia Rice to throw for ACA. Makeable spare opportunity for her, knocking 9 down, leaving 1 standing. Weber looking to collect the spare here. And does. Olivia Rice to keep pace for the lead, to try and score up for ACA, and she does. So the Rice sisters going through, and now the Weber sisters for Sparkman getting their opportunity. There's Angela stepping in at her 10th frame. That's a strike. The ace steps in. Stormy Bender for ACA. Leaves 3 up, a chance for a spare opportunity. Weber to try and strike out to finish this game for the Senators. Could put them ahead. There it is. Weber strikes out.
She's got one more ball.
One more ball, but
that was.
But we still got one more bowler for ACA, and that's their ace, Kate Olson.
Right.
In the
Unless
10th
they got to
frame.
finish the 9th.
Correct. We're still waiting on Stormy Bender to finish the 9th. And one more throw.
That pin got.
Oh, we got a stuck situation down there. There it goes.
There it is. There was.
So finally, Angela Weber throws her last ball of the game, and Sparkman will finish with 160. So let's see. Leaves 1 standing, but they still have 1 bowler to go.
They got the whole 10th frame.
And she's
got to get 3 pins.
3 9. If Kate Olson can knock down 3 pins, they're in good shape. However, if she can't, Kate Olson with the throw. And it's a strike. So American Christian has tied this game up at 1-1 in the 6-7A finals, and we're looking over.
It looks like Beauregard has won the second game, too.
We're about to, Scottsboro's about to throw their final ball. As that game, I guess the delays in 6 and 7A caught everything up. Adriana Venus for Scottsboro, trying to throw them back into a closer matchup. But Beauregard has taken game number 2 to take a 2-0 lead in the series with the Wildcats for the 1-5A state championship. Adriana Venus, Scottsboro's top bowler, cleans up with a spare. And the game is over. Beauregard goes to 2-0 against Scottsboro, 142-119. Getting ready to start the next matchup for 6 and 7A. As 2 games are in the books for both of them, and that's kind of a rarity. I want to thank everybody here at the Alley in Gadsden hosting today's state championship tournament. fantastic venue and a fantastic place to spend time. We bring our family up here when we go bowling, and also want to thank our other bowling sponsor who's helping make this possible, Big Time Entertainment in Oxford, Alabama. Providing locations to let this sport grow as it has over the last several years. When it first came back, it was just every team. Now we have classifications, and the way this thing is growing, it kind of looks like eventually we may have to split it up even further. Exciting times here at the Alley in Gadsden. Still got a good crowd in here supporting these two schools. 6 and 7A, they've started back. Natalie Alsop throws it out. Shayla D'Anzo for ACA and strikes her first throw. The Patriots staying hot after a hot game last one. Also trying to claim the spare, and does. But both teams mark in the first frame of game number 3 between Sparkman and American Christian. Blakerly Rice for ACA, and she strikes.
Hot.
They are starting off very hot. 2 strikes in the first 2 throws. Taylor Enfinger trying to keep pace. Senators looking to keep their winning ways going, and she's going to leave a couple up. You can eventually, if the other team's striking, you can spare all you want. You got to throw some strikes yourself.
Yes, you do.
For ACA, Olivia Rice leaves a couple standing. Get a chance for a spare here. Taylor Enfinger about to throw for the Senators. Spare collected. So now Blakerly Rice, or Olivia Rice, collects her spare. 3 straight marks for ACA, 2 straight marks for Sparkman. Bringing up Kirsten Stokesbury. Roll. Call it a strike, because that's what it is. Knocks them all down, and Sparkman gets in the strike game. Stormy Bender now to throw for ACA to try and keep their hot streak rolling. Ooh, tough hit there for Bender. Knocking down 5. Jenna Weber stuck with a split there in the 4th spot. Bender going to try and collect the spare here for ACA. And she does. Weber. Lefty trying to pick up the spare herself. Not going to be able to. Kate Olson for ACA. That's a strike. Wow. The ACA's coming on strong here in the game number 3, and as they did in game number 2. We'll see if Angela Weber can answer for the Senators. And she does. Strike. Champions know how to answer, and Angela Weber just answered with a strike herself. So Sparkman going back up to the top of the order, and so is ACA. Shayla D'Anzo, who struck on her first throw in the first frame of this game. not as effective. Alsop's throw for Sparkman knocks them all down.
They're back in it.
One team pulls ahead, the other claws their way back in, and that's what Sparkman's doing. D'Anzo trying to pick up a spare here. Does so. Nice throw by D'Anzo. Blevins throws. Matty Blevins not able to knock a few down on that throw. Opening the door up for ACA. And Blakely Rice. Ooh.
Not good.
Not a good. She's got a split to take care of. Blevins. Not much there for Matty Blevins either, so. Cooling off a bit. ACA with a 17-pin lead, and Rice unable to,
That's starting over basically in the 8th.
That's it.
17-pin lead for ACA.
There's a throw.
Sparkman hit it.
Stokesbury does. Stokesbury, her second strike of this game. And Sparkman able to climb back in. Olivia Rice now. Makeable spare there, knocking down 9. Can bring it back. Jenna Weber coming in for Scottsboro, or excuse me, for Sparkman. That's a strike for the Senators. Olivia Rice to try and pick up her spare, and she can't. Right as Sparkman starts to get hot, ACA starts to get cold.
Yeah, 2 strikes to 2 open.
Yeah.
That'll get you back in real quick.
Angela Weber to throw the 10th frame for the Senators. Has a spare opportunity. Stormy Bender for ACA. Hits 9 as well.
8. She's got a sleeper.
Got a sleeper back there. You're right. See if Angela Weber can collect this spare.
Both of them got the exact same sleeper.
Weber brings it home. Bender not able to collect on that one. This game's probably going to the Senators, yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
Well,
I mean, if they could strike out, they'd be 174.
Yeah, Kate Olson, their ace, is coming up.
If they get over 6. Now it's
Olson, yeah. Not able to connect on that one.
164 would be the highest they can get.
Angela Weber. Nice throw, but not a strike, so Sparkman with 176. Looks like they're going to take a 2-games-to-1 lead as Olson makes her second throw and collects the spare. We're also in the same situation over in the 1-5A. Game 3, except Beauregard is opening it up.
Yeah, Beauregard has really opened it up in this game. They've got It's
Yeah, they just bowled their 10th frame.
they're
And-
160.
Yeah, Scottsboro's only at 68 midway through their 9th frame.
They're not. They have not marked this entire game.
Olsen throws her toss for this game for ACA, who will drop game number 3. Sparkman collects the victory in game number 3 and takes a 2-1 advantage. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to the alley in Gadsden.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the alley here in Gadsden, Alabama. We've got the finals of girls bowling in the state of Alabama going right now. On the 6-7A side, Sparkman just went up 2-1 over American Christian. As we have started game number 4, and over on the right side, you see the Beauregard ladies with a 3-0 advantage over Scottsboro. They just started the 4th game, and if Beauregard continues doing what they've been doing, Jimmy Bozeman, they're going to be getting a blue mat for their troubles.
Yeah, they could.
It was a good team effort throughout this tournament by the guard. Scottsboro having a real tough time in that last one. In game number 3. They have got to find a way to rally here. Wildcats. Emily Henson with her opportunity. Her throw knocks down about 8 pins. And for Beauregard, Berkeley Wilson, her first throw, lands her a split. Let's see if Wilson can pick up. Toss does get the spare for Scottsboro. And Wilson misses. Leaves 2 standing for Beauregard, and there's the throw. Anderton. Not the best, but Kirby.
Usually if you get like a 3 on a spare, you basically lost that spare.
Yeah. So Anderton. Grace Anderton leaves a couple, but Beauregard picks up the spare on their side. So Scottsboro coming out throwing. Beauregard trying to answer. Sydney Moore for Scottsboro. Hits the gutter. She's going to have to strike this one to claim the spare. Katie Wilkerson for Beauregard. She gets the strike. Look at that. And Beauregard is answering hard. And climb back into a lead. Good toss there by Wilkerson. We'll see if Sydney Moore can answer the first gutter throw. Spin. Leaves a split, but better than the gutter there. Carly Croft. She's in a split situation for Beauregard right now. Pressure's really on you when you're at game 4 and you're up 3-0. You don't want to lose that momentum. Serena Patel for Scottsboro. There you see Kraft unable to collect on that split. Beauregard with a 20-pin advantage. Let's see if Patel can cut into that here in frame number 4.
She needs to mark here.
Didn't work out for her. So Sophie Mulkey and Hannah Parham. Mulkey is the ace bowler for Scottsboro. Hits the right, and Parham has been a juggernaut. Try and collect the spare for Beauregard. Can't collect it. Open frames. It's still with an advantage over Scottsboro. Mulkey going to try and collect a spare and put Scottsboro back in it. Left one open. Berkeley Wilson tossing for Beauregard. Seems like Beauregard's off a little bit.
Beauregard hit a slump, but
Scottsboro's slump is
not taking advantage of it.
I'd say the slumps in comparison right now. Amelia Armour to throw for the Wildcats. Makeable spare opportunity, and we just saw Berkeley Wilson leaving an open frame as well. 20-pin advantage for Beauregard. Armour trying to finish up her frame in the 6th. Misses the opportunity there. First toss for Keely Kirby in her frame. Knocks down 6. Grace Anderton for Scottsboro. A little bit to the right there. And Kirby finishes the spare. So Kirby finishes the spare for Beauregard. The 27-pin lead, and Anderton, Grace Anderton for the Wildcats, trying to keep them on pace. Another open frame for Scottsboro as Wilkerson makes her toss for Beauregard. And that's a 9-pin. Oh, I thought it was a strike, but we do see there's one back there in the corner, so a makeable spare opportunity. Sydney Moore set the toss for the Wildcats. Makeable spare opportunity. Let's see if Wilkerson can collect hers. She cannot. Misses to the right. Rare open set for Beauregard.
Scottsboro's got to start here. They need to mark here.
Moore with a chance to pick up this spare if she can. Can't finish it. And a nice toss by Carly Kraft of Beauregard. As we get into the 9th frame here for Scottsboro, Patel is going to have to throw something here. Knocks down 9. An opportunity for a spare. Croft also with the opportunity for the spare. And Kraft gets it. So Beauregard is marking. Scottsboro has yet to mark since the first frame. Patel's going to get a chance here. Beauregard might have just won a state championship. Let's see what Patel can throw. She does not mark. So we go into the 10th frame. Beauregard with a 32-pin lead with the spare. And that's Hannah Parham for Beauregard, knocking down 9.
Best Scottsboro can do is 104.
Yeah.
And
so Mulkey.
Beauregard's already 120.
Yeah. So Mulkey knocks down 7, and Beauregard looks like they have done the sweep. And there's the spare. Nice job there, Parham. Mulkey with a throw. She does collect the spare, too little too late. And Sparkman just won their game, but right now, Beauregard has just won a state championship. Mulkey's going to throw her final throw for Scottsboro. That's a good one, knocking down 8s. But that'll do it. 1 through 5A is complete. The Beauregard ladies are your state champions.
Yeah, I'm still trying to see if I got that right over there, because now Sparkman's.
Beauregard ladies celebrating a first state championship in bowling. Congratulations, Beauregard. Win victory 4-0 over the Scottsboro Wildcats. And we still have action going on to our left. Jim Bozeman, Sparkman, and American Christian. Take a look at the toss there. Good throw and a strike.
AHSAA the lead for right now.
We're actually in game 5, I think, now.
Just got to make sure.
We got to find out, because we were watching 1 through 5A. AHSAA. So we actually have a tie game now between Sparkman and AHSAA. AHSAA picked up the victory in the last game. And Rice throws for the Patriots. Just like in the last set, or the boys' outing. Missed opportunity for a spare by Sparkman. That's Kirsten Stokesbury. Olivia Rice. Trying to collect the spare and cannot. Nice toss, and Angela Weber can't get it to hook right where she wants it to, so good opportunity for a spare. Stormy Bender up for ACA. That's a strike. That's called the dramatic strike. That one pin just sort of dangles there and falls. See if Jenna Weber can complete her spare. Ooh, one left standing. Kate Olson tosses for ACA. Strike City for Kate.
Yep.
And their ace is back hot again. Inner Angela Weber. A model of consistency. And it fell.
Another little slide.
Another dramatic strike. Back to the top, Shayla D'Anzo. And she gets a strike. So ACA
3 in a row.
Heating up at just the right time as Natalie Alsop steps up for Sparkman. Answer the call. Strike after strike. Outstanding throws we're seeing here by these titans of girls bowling here in Alabama. Blakerly Rice for ACA. Nice toss there. Good opportunity for a spare. Blevins.
Got that dreaded sleeper back there, though.
There's Blevins. Ooh, a split. Blakerly going to try and pick up the spare for the Patriots. Got it. No. Sleeper stands. Open frame for ACA. First one in this match. No, since the third. Blevins able to get 2 from that split. So both have open frames in the 7th. Olivia Rice gets the toss, and she bowling around Kirsten Stokesbury. Stokesbury delivers for Sparkman. Left one on the left, but a good makeable spare opportunity for Stokesbury. Olivia Rice trying to pick up her spare. Does it.
Looked like a basket.
That's not us. Are we finished? All right, we're going to... No, it's not. All right, so Sparkman. And ACA still battling it out as best we can. We're going to try and... So Angela Weber set to go into the 10th for Sparkman. Throw. Strike City. Kate Olson also. She tosses, but going to need to throw a good one to collect the spare. Weber.
I don't see.
I don't see Sparkman. 31-pin lead for American Christian, and they're looking to try and go up 3-2 on the Senators. Angela Weber knocks down 9. Kate Olson for ACA spares it up. And I think that'll do it for American Christian's 5th game, as they're going to pick up the win. We'll see what Angela Weber throws here and how close it is.
Sparkman can only pick up 1 pin.
Right, yeah.
Giving them a 159.
Okay. Oh, and Weber misses the spare opportunity. Olson hits. ACA goes up 3.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Welcome back to the Alley here in Gadsden. Oh, and a not tough start for Natalie Alsop of Sparkman. Throwing in the gutter on her first toss. ACA with a 3-2 advantage going into game number 6. An opportunity for a state title is now in there, and 9 pins knocked down by Shayla D'Anzo. So ACA trying to get up there. Also collects with 7. Leaves the frame open, but survives the gutter to some extent. D'Anzo looking to pick up the spare. Puts it down. Got it. D'Anzo collects the spare. Taylor Enfinger. Ooh. Her toss gives her a split. And that's where she will be working. Bringing up the 2 spot for ACA, Blake Hurley-Rice. Rice takes her time, delivers. That's a strike for the Patriots. Enfinger, difficult shot here. Can't collect. And ACA off to a big front as they struck their last frame and spared the first. Kirsten Stokesbury for Sparkman gets a split. While Olivia Rice for ACA with her toss. That's a strike. Awesome battle here of 2 defending state champions. Rarely you have that happen.
Like a test of nerves when it's down to the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. Stokesbury catches 1 but can't complete that spare on the split. Tough split opportunity. Stormy Bender, first of her 2 opportunities here in the 6th game. Bender has 1 left standing with a good opportunity for a spare. Jenna Weber for Sparkman. Try and get the Senators into game 6. Knocks down 9, leaves 1 standing. Spare opportunity for Sparkman. Hadn't been able to mark a frame yet here in game 6. Stormy Bender going to get an opportunity to continue the mark streak. Weber. Got it. Spare collected by Jenna Weber. And for Stormy Bender, spare collected. ACA with a 79-33 advantage through 4 frames, and both coming off spares. So they'll get the 10-pin add-on going into frame 5 as the Aces set up to try and keep the streak going. Kate Olson for ACA. Got it. Strike City from Kate Olson. Can Angela Weber answer? Weber with the toss. Oh, it's teetering. No. Oh, it was teetering, but it didn't teeter enough.
Teetering when I put it down.
Let's see. Not as much. Boy, I thought they might fall, but it didn't. Weber getting a chance to collect a spare, though, here. Bingo. So the Senators mark the last 2 frames. American Christian's done nothing but mark frames here in game 6. With a solid lead going into the second half, both teams going to regroup here and have a conversation as they go back to the top of their bowling order. Shayla D'Anzo been very consistent, leading off for the Patriots. Both teams looking to repeat as state champions. D'Anzo. Sets up a good spare opportunity, but you know she'd rather have the strike. Also looking for a better first throw here. She got one. 9-10. She got one. She can collect a good spare. D'Anzo, leaves one standing. The first time this game they've left a frame open. 117 the score is. Alsop misses her opportunity. That would have been huge for Sparkman.
It'll give them at least a spark.
So now we're down to 4 frames left. If Sparkman can rally, it'll send it to a crucial game 7. Or can ACA hold on? Blakerly Rice. Seven down. Blevins. 9 down. 1 left standing for the Senators. Blakerly Rice. Maddie Blevins. Do you think is there a seems like a bit of a delay out there right now?
Must be the ball.
Yeah, it is.
That looks like what they're waiting on is their balls to come out.
Lights have gone down. 124-79. ACA leading in the middle of the 7th frame here. you're just tuning in, Beauregard wins 4 straight games in the 1 through 5A to claim their first state championship. And we're in game 6 in the 6 and 7A championship. Same situation happened with the boys in 1 through 5. Etowah swept in, won 4 games over West Point, claimed a state title, and we went to 7 with Spain Park and Sparkman.
Right.
The Sparkman boys have already claimed a state championship today. Can the Sparkman girls rally, send it to game 7, and possibly have a school sweep of state championships? Getting a rousing applause while we're waiting on the difficulties. The lights have gone out under, if you see it. J.T. Lawrence, the director of bowling for the Alabama High School Athletic Association, walking around and keeping people laughing. And make no mistake about it, these two bowler teams right now, it's your ACA. You've got to be a little upset over the situation because you're on a bit of a roll. And
you're on. Well, they've hit a slump for the last frame or two, but they started off really quick. But Sparkman didn't take advantage of the opening that ACA gave them in the 6th. And now see what happens in the 7th if we can ever
if we ever have a 7th. Yeah. A little bit of a slump here. And want to thank our sponsor, Big Time Fun over in Oxford. You guys are looking for an opportunity to have a great time. That's the place to go. More than just bowling, more than just the normal arcade stuff. It is a full-fledged Funapalooza at Big Time Fun in Oxford. You check them out on Facebook. Get the times, take the family, or just call it one of those date night things. Reminds me of the Karate Kid, you know, and he took her to that big thing. Sort of the same thing. Big Time Fun. Thank you guys so much for making this possible. There's one of the Clonces out there.
Right now, ACA's got a legitimate 47-point lead.
Yes.
With only 4 frames left.
If I'm Beauregard, I'm thinking, while this is going on, can we just do the trophy presentation? We've got a long drive.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend some of my weekend. I think they're trying. We may. Is it a stuck bowling ball that they've got out there?
A what?
A stuck bowling ball.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
Stuck somewhere.
That's exactly what it is. I had someone text me just now and said, what do you mean by 2 state champions? Again, they missed the part where this time last year, American Christian Academy out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, was a 1 to 5A school. Won the state championship in 1 to 5A, and then in the realignment, moved up to 6A. So that put them up in 6A in bowling. So they could not defend their 5A state title. But they can win the 6-7A state title, and they are 3.5 frames away right now from claiming that state championship. Sparkman looking for a 3rd state championship in a row, 4th overall. As they've won the 6-7A state championship the last 2 years. One of 2 schools to win a 6-7A state champion, along with Southside of Gadsden, who won 4 in a row. So staff from the alley here trying to get in there and fix the mechanism. That thing is dangerous. I wouldn't want to put my hand in the ball return.
That's why it's dark down there.
Oh, the light's back. There we go. There we go. And we have Let There Be Light. And there has been. So the lights popped back on under the pins.
There they are. There's a whole bunch of them. That's why.
So now we can continue.
That's what happens when you're bowling 5 different people. You just notice 5 different bowling balls came up.
That's it.
Clogged up back there for the last 2 bowlers.
All right, so here we go. Blakerly Rice to try and collect the spare for AHSAA. Ooh, leaves one standing. Back-to-back frames where they have not marked. Let's see if Blevins can collect. And she does for Sparkman. Spare in the 7th for Blevins.
Give them a chance to cut a little bit into the lead, but they really need strikes.
Yeah, need to start throwing strikes. And Olivia Rice is coming up for the Patriots of AHSAA. Kirsten Stokesbury throws first for Sparkman. Ooh. Have a split there, but a Rice knocks down 6, but a much better spare opportunity than Stokesbury. Kirsten Stokesbury and Olivia Rice. Stokesbury. Ugh. Hits the gutters. Olivia Rice spares. That's going to make a difference.
Oh, it makes a big difference. Right now, the highest that Sparkman can bowl is a 154.
So you sort of knock down 18 pins in these next 2 frames if you're AHSAA. And there's a strike, though, by Jenna Weber. That's where it's got to start somewhere, and it starts there. Stormy Bender. Knocks down 8. Has a sleeper back there. That brings up Angela Weber, the ace for the Sparkman Senators. Bender. Can she get the spare? She does. AHSAA very close.
They have won there.
And mathematically, it looks like they've won. Angela Weber knocks down 9. She can collect a spare, but Kate Olson can put this away, and AHSAA can claim a state championship. Toss.
Yeah,
it's done. American Christian is going to claim the 2023 6-7A state championship over the defending champs, the Sparkman Senators. Weber does toss the spare and completes it for Sparkman. Olson with a chance for a spare. Got it. Now it's just the formalities. Jenna Weber for Sparkman. Knocks down 8. Kate Olson for ACA. Just one more. This game is over, and the American Christian Academy Patriots are your 6-7A state champions with a 4-2 victory over the ladies of Sparkman High School. Incredible matchup between two great bowling teams. 4 different schools crowned state champions today. The Etowah High School boys, the Sparkman High School boys, the Beauregard High School girls, and the American Christian girls picking up state championships today in Gadsden at the Alley. Congratulations also to Scottsboro for making it to the championship game. In the girls matchup 1A through 5A, their first time to play for a state championship. And they are young, so it probably won't be the last. Now, the girls from Beauregard wore the right color, blue. They get the blue map. Your takeaways from the games today, Dad? Two-handed bowling?
Yeah, all those guys trying to throw the ball down there with 2 hands and could do it better than I was ever able to do it with 1 hand. But the number of matches that actually went 6-7 games over last year was more.
Yeah, getting more competitive, especially in the 6 to 7A ranks.
Right.
We're starting to see some of these bigger programs starting to develop tradition and consistency. And we got some new programs making their way for the first time into these playoffs in this tournament. But Scottsboro's going to get to take home a runner-up trophy. And that's got to make Scottsboro's head coach Matthew Brewer a very happy man. One of the things people don't know about Coach Brewer of Scottsboro, he's a theater buff and judges in the theater competitions.
Does he?
Yeah. So a fantastic job by his Scottsboro girls bowling team, and they will be back. You know they're going to be back. Fantastic opportunity there. For Coach Brewer and his ladies from Scottsboro, congratulations for the state runner-up trophy. Very excited. And Beauregard, their first ever state championship in the sport. They have to be very excited. They are. And there it is. Beauregard claiming the 1 through 5A state bowling championship on this Friday. We'll be stepping over now to present the trophy to the 6 and 7A champions and runner-up. The red trophy, the red map as we call it, going to go to the Sparkman Senators, who has been the back-to-back 6A, 7A state champs. Dethroned this year, but still the state in 6 and 7A. A lot to be proud of from this team. And for American Christian, a new era in a new classification, but same results. The Patriots of ACA win state blue. So ACA picking up the state championship. Congratulations to the ladies from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It'll be a happy ride down I-2059 tonight for ACA.